Hello guys, welcome back to another movie review. Today we are reviewing Wonka. Wonka is a new movie starring Timothee Chalamet playing Wonka, and also is directed by Paul King. Now, Paul King is very much known for directing massive films, and the one biggest one is actually Paddington, which obviously Paddington 1 and Paddington 2, which obviously the Paddington series has had like great success and, you know, been a box office hit. So Wonka follows the life of basically Willy Wonka, you know, which we've obviously seen two representations of him in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie by Tim Burton, which stars Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka, and then also Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which is like, I think it's from 1977, and that stars Gene Wilder. And I've actually done a revisited of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory when it came out on 4K. I actually own it. I do actually have, I believe, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I'm yet to give that a rewatch recently. So maybe I'll do that and then rank the Wonka movies in January or something. So let me know if you want to see that. Anyways, we are here now, and obviously Wonka has come out in cinemas, and it has been, this film is, I feel like it's been around forever in terms of like within movie, you know, news or whatever, like in terms of set photos. I think there was a bit of reshoots that happened. It took ages to come out. Maybe like even the strike kind of delayed things a little bit. I'm not too sure, but it just feels like it's been around forever. But in a nutshell, this is a film, you know, telling the life of Willy Wonka's life. He just goes to a new town, and he basically wants to, he has a big dream to obviously open his own chocolate shop, which is like, I guess, it's kind of a prequel to the other two films, but there is no direct like link to the other films that we know of anyways. In Charlie and Chocolate Factory there was some like plot stuff that was added, like the fact that Willy Wonka's father was a dentist and all that. I remember vaguely with Johnny Depp and stuff in the dentist chair, and all that. And then in the Gene Wilder movie, we don't really know anything about his past at all. We know his hate for like Slugworth, and like the severe competitors nature between the Slugworth Chocolate Company and Wonka's Chocolate Company. This movie doesn't pay homage to any of those. So when this is talked about being a prequel, in my opinion, this is where the biggest thing about this movie falls short for me, is the plot. Because it doesn't link to any of the other two films. So maybe it's not meant to. I'm not too sure, but then what's the point? What's the true story? Like, I'm not too sure. I've never read the book. I don't really know if there is more to it than what's in the actual two films that we've already saw. I think for me though, I just feel a bit let down by that. And then adding the fact then that this is also a musical. The songs in this movie are not great. Most of the time when I go and see like a musical, I do get out of there and I'm like, I want to listen to this in the car on the way home. I need to give this a listen. I need to, you know, get involved and just hear it. I need to hear more of it. You know what I mean? I get like kind of obsessed with films from songs, I guess. This doesn't do that for me at all. Obviously, Pure Imagination is a fantastic scene at the end of the movie, and a fantastic song, but you know, that's about it as far as it goes for me. Performance wise though, I feel like Timothee Chalamet was okay in the role. He wasn't great at all. Granted, what he had to deal with was, you know, like the bad script that I felt like he had and all that, you know, was just, you know, just something, I guess. But ultimately, this is one of my worst films of the year. I'm gonna say it. I'm not a fan of this film at all. I felt like I said, the musical stuff was really, really bad. The actual plot stuff was a bit loose. The fact that he was kind of friends with a Slugworth heir doesn't make sense, because I feel like in both films he actually didn't like Slugworth. I think Slugworth is kind of seen as the bad guy in the book as well, so the fact that he was friends with a Slugworth it's not really believable. The music, like I said, was awful, and then the CGI in the film was goddamn terrible. Like, really, really bad. Like, it's, I don't know, like obviously in the old film we had all practical effects, and you know, like the fact that you had like this umbrella thing and you could eat it, it was a practical thing. In this film it just looked weird, like when he was holding certain objects it just looked really odd. So this is a light bulb here, but he kind of was holding it off center and it just would look weird, you know. It just didn't, the tracking wasn't done right. I'm not sure, I noticed it was a bit jarring. It just wasn't good for me. So reviewing the movie then, what am I gonna rate the score? It's 1.5 stars. It's low, it's very low. You know, it's a Christmassy family movie. It was you know, an hour out. The experience in the cinema was good, but that's it. I'm not in any rush to watch this again at all. One of the worst films of the year. It has been reviewed quite well by people as well, so you know, it may be for you, but for me it's just not. I'm definitely more of a fan of the other two movies, definitely the old school one, of course, but this one, it's not for me. But there you go guys, there's my review of Wonka. Have you seen Wonka? Are you going to see it? Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.